So I just finished watching Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King, and I think it's alright for what it is. Now, I'm not very interested in non-canon anime movies, but I know the appeal for them. Everyone loves to watch more of their favorite characters, and I get that. But if it's a non-canon, then to me, it kind of feels like I'm being played here. It's basically that nothing really matters because none of it really happens. That's just my view on non-canon movies. You guys can have your own opinions. And when I heard that the first Black Clover movie was gonna be a non-canon movie, I kinda lost my excitement. However, I'm a real big Black Clover fan. I've been watching since 2020, and I'm even caught up in the manga right now. And I was excited because I thought that the next arc was gonna be the movie, but nope. Instead, we got this non-canon movie. I'll talk more about that later though. So as a Black Clover fan, I obviously had to check this one out, and I took it as what it was, a turn off your brain fun experience. And so I went in with barely any expectations, and I came out pretty pleased. So Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King is about the Wizard King before Julius named Conrad Leto. He revives 3 former Wizard Kings, and with the power of a magic tool that the first Wizard King made called Eleso... Oh fuck. Just have Google Translate put it in.
Elstocha.
He vows to destroy the world and make a new, better world. So Asta and the gang gotta stop him and the other Wizard Kings from destroying the world. And that's the whole movie. This was indeed a very fun experience, and it's for a pretty simple reason. I love the characters, and I love when they fight. And that's 90% of this movie. I swear to God, in the first 20 minutes of this movie, there's already 2 major fight scenes and a blue ball of a fight scene, which is crazy to say when this movie is 2 hours long. So if you're a fan of Black Clover, this is definitely a great experience. You have amazing fight scenes where no one is holding back, crazy good action choreography, and cameos of previous arcs and characters that technically haven't even been introduced yet, which again we'll talk about that later. My personal favorite fights are the Black Bulls versus the Ice Wizard King, and when Jester tried to stop the heroes from entering the bubble. And like I said before, no one is holding back. You get to see all of the cool forms, moves, and everything just poured out in this movie by everyone. Each character gets a little time to shine. Obviously, you have the main characters like Asta, Yuno, Noelle having their time, but also side characters like Finro, Merelonia, I think that's how you say her name?
Mereoleona.
Nero, and even Sally for a bit. And for the new characters, I think they're all really cool. I mean, they're all former Wizard Kings, and so not only are they really powerful and presented as such, the 3 that were revived, even though follow Conrad and his plan, all had their own motive and reasoning to do so. They all had their own vision of what a perfect world was, and it was really interesting to see. It's fun to see their own fights and just to see how powerful they really were back then. The only negative I say was that we didn't really see much of when they were alive, except for Conrad and Funny Bunny for a bit. Yeah, her real name is Funny Bunny, by the way. We don't get to see how they were ruling the Clover Kingdom as they were the Wizard Kings, or how they even died. I feel like it would have been really cool to see, to be honest. But now we gotta talk about the big bad. Conrad Leto is a pretty memorable villain, and I believe to be on top as one of the best villains in Black Clover. Not only was he really powerful, but he felt like a real threat at times. He has the power to steal people's Gilmores and use it against them, so he just has this massive collection of magic to use. In the beginning of the movie, he was literally in a 1v13 against the Magic Knight captains and the current Wizard King, Julius. And even Julius said that he was barely able to defeat him. The fact that your The fact that your version of a Hokage is saying that he barely beat him tells you a lot. The only negative for him is that his I want to destroy the world and make a new one plan isn't original, but I still really liked his Super Saiyan form, and I did like that at the end he did kind of turn good a bit. He had like his little redemption like moment. Now, I mentioned how this movie was considered non-canon, but this movie takes place in the 6-month time skip, so in between volumes 23 and 24. They reference a lot of what happens in the anime. Hell, I mean, the whole movie happened just because of the fight scene between Julius and William. So people have been discussing if this movie is considered canon or filler, and apparently it is considered anime canon. Emphasis on the anime, by the way. The movie doesn't affect the actual trajectory of the overall story in the anime, however, it hasn't been fit into the manga timeline yet. There is a volume 23.5 for Japanese fans that go and watch the movie in theaters, and there is a rumor of it having a short story that links the movie to the manga, but right now, no mere mention of what happened in this movie is in the manga. But it's still really cool to think that everything that we watched actually happened, and it was even more special that it was in between the 6 months of the training. Overall though, I really enjoyed this movie as just an experience. If you haven't watched the show or read the manga, you can still enjoy this movie. You'll just be lost when some of the characters pop up and you'll just won't get the references. As a movie, this may have a ton of flaws, but honestly, I don't really care. It was still a very enjoyable 2 hours of my life. So Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King will get a solid 7 out of 10. But let me know your guys' thoughts on the movie. Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Let me know everything in the comments below. Let me know all of your thoughts on it. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.